Russia is hosting ASEAN leaders for the first time since the Ukraine war broke out in 2022. President Vladimir Putin is meeting with heads of government and senior officials in the city of Kazan for the two-day summit that starts today. ASEAN and Russia are commemorating 35 years of cooperation. It has also been 30 years since the Kremlin became a dialogue partner of the bloc. Current ASEAN chair, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., ASEAN prime ministers and a delegation from Myanmar are in attendance. Dasha Chernyshova reports for CNA live from Moscow. Dasha, what do we know of the agenda in this summit?
Well, it is a very extensive agenda for this two-day gathering, with the Russian President Vladimir Putin already landing in the city of Kazan, which has recently hosted the BRICS summit. And we do understand that there will be numerous gatherings of all the ASEAN members and their delegations, as well as the Russian president. They will be talking about politics, their common vision of how the world should be developing and the challenges that are being presented in the front of them. But also we understand that this summit will be providing the platform for the numerous bilateral meetings that the Russian president will be holding with these Asian countries. Also, we are expecting the business forum to be kicking off on the sidelines of this meeting in Kazan. And obviously, this is expected to be providing a lot of opportunities for the business communities from these countries and Russia to find and to meet the needs of one another. As a result of these 2 days, we are expecting 4 documents, according to the Kremlin, to be signed. One of them is the Kazan Declaration, another is the strategic vision, and obviously all eyes are on how these documents will be outlining this common vision, because they are expected to be providing some concrete steps to make sure that these countries have a path forward when it comes to deeper cooperation.
And Dasha, what's the significance of the timing of this leaders' meeting? Why now?
Well, obviously, when we look at the wider geopolitical context, we do see Russia pivoting more and more towards Asian nations, because we just had seen the statements from the G7 nations, which has only further decided to put pressure on Russia to tighten sanctions and to support more Ukraine. So obviously, for Moscow, it is important to make sure that its pivot to Asian nations is still strong, that they are finding new possibilities and new opportunities, but also we keep in mind that the oil prices have been in chaos over the past months. We've seen the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, and now the expectation that the oil prices will be getting back to normal. But obviously, these Asian countries, we understand, they are trying to balance out their energy supply, and therefore Russia is becoming one of the prime choices. Russia, as an oil-rich country, as well as an exporter of these energy resources, could become a very important partner for them in this sphere. But also, when we look at other problems that the world is facing, including food security, this is something that is also expected to be discussed. So given the geopolitical tensions, we understand that this summit is of paramount importance for all sides.
Thank you for that update. Dasha Chernyshova reporting to us from Moscow.